This is not normal. This is not politics as usual. Democrat, Republican, independent, no woman deserves to be treated this way. None of us deserves this kind of abuse. I know it's a campaign, but this isn't about politics. It's about basic human decency. It's about right and wrong. And we simply cannot endure this or expose our children to this any longer, not for another minute, and let alone for 4 years.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I don't recall Michelle Obama expressing any outrage, over accusations made against the Clintons or Hillary's treatment of women, or the tape that emerged, of course, with Hillary laughing after getting a child rapist off on a technicality. But hey, what would I expect? Joining us now, former U.S. House Majority Leader, the one, the only Tom DeLay, and of course he is the author of a great new book, a very important book, Revival, Revolution, Rebirth, a radical call from the former Majority Leader of the United States House of Representatives. And Congressman DeLay joins us. Hello, sir.
Hello, Steve. How are you?
I don't know. I don't know. Let's put Michelle Obama aside for now, but Donald Trump gave a...
No, let's don't. Let's don't.
Go ahead.
I mean, that just really gets all over me. I got to tell you, I was there driving the impeachment. I can remember the Obamas and many others of her ilk talking about why in the world are we getting involved in people's bedrooms? Why are we talking about the fact that Bill Clinton raped a woman? That has nothing to do with being president of the United States. And she talks about decency. We've had 8 years of Obama indecency. I mean, that just infuriates me when I see that.
Yeah, well, I can't say that I blame you. Certainly, as someone who did and went through what you went through with the impeachment and did such great things, in my view. So Donald Trump today, right after that speech, not predicated on it, but it was after the speech nonetheless, down in Florida, denied all the accusations, gave detailed denials, talked about how, it's the media and they're in cahoots with Hillary. She'd be nothing without him. What do you think these revelations will do, or these accusations will do to Trump's campaign?
But to be honest with you, Steve, I think it's pouring a lot of cold water on a lot of people. I've given, I don't know, maybe 5 speeches in the last week, and people are just disheartened, absolutely disheartened. However, they're not supporting Trump, but they're going to vote for him.
Why is that? Why do they say that is?
Because Hillary is so bad. She is worse than Trump. She has all the character flaws of Trump and the policy flaws of Trump, and she will destroy this country. And people are saying we've got to stop Hillary, and then turn and look at Trump. If he becomes president, we've got to take him on because he's not a conservative. He's not a man of faith, and he doesn't understand the Constitution. So we have our work to cut out for us.
Congressman, they're putting on every single woman they could find. An employee, former employee of Trump organization. He's a blatant sexist. This, that, the other thing. We saw the WikiLeaks documents. I mean, we could go into what they want to do to Catholics. We could go into what they called Latinos. We could go into how Donna Brazile and so much of the media, gave questions in advance or let Hillary pick quotes. We're seeing what the media has become. Is it possible for people in this country, many of whom don't know anything past what they see in the mainstream media or on the mainstream media, is it possible for Trump to overcome what the mainstream media has become in this country, which is a mouthpiece for the Clinton campaign?
It's going to be very difficult, but he's got to spend more money. He's got to become the media himself. They're going to constantly twist this narrative back and forth, and he thinks he can get out there and he's so good at being in the media. No, he's got to go straight to the American people. He's doing it some in the social media, but he's going to have to buy time to tell his story and explain himself to the American people. And frankly, he needs to be more contrite. And secondly, he needs to shut up, quit attacking other Republicans.
Well, okay. Well, first of all, Do you think it's fair that he goes after Paul Ryan after Paul Ryan basically says, I'm not having anything to do with Trump and neither should you, to the Republican Party?
Now, he's not saying that to the Republican Party. He's saying it to his members. He's got one job and one job only right now, and that is to protect his majority. And what he sees is the polls are tanking, and they're starting to have negative coattails on his members, and he's turning his resources and focus on the members. And what Trump ought to understand is that it's got to happen. And what he needs to be doing, Hillary Clinton, and telling his story to the American people and being a little more humble would actually help a little bit.
All right, let me ask you, there's a story today on Politico that the RNC, and you could tell me how typical this is. From reading the story, it appears that it's not typical at all. The RNC has spent $0 on commercials for Donald Trump, his presidency, his campaign.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And I don't know why they haven't done that. The only thing I could speculate is the same with Paul Ryan. They're seeing Trump tank, and they're redirecting their resources so that the Republicans have a House and the Senate to fight with Hillary over.
There's also a story today, which is pretty CBS out of Pittsburgh. 100,000 Pennsylvania voters have switched from Democrat to Republican. So I'll ask kind of an extension of the question I asked you, and it's almost taking the other side here on the same question, where I said, could Trump overcome the mainstream media? But it seems like there is a movement. People are resenting what the media is doing to him. People are behind him or his policies, or just revolting against the media and what the fixed system is all about. And they're switching, and they will come out and vote for Trump.
Well, I got to tell you, I think there's still an opportunity for Trump to win. I think Hillary is so bad and so flawed that most of Americans don't want to see her as president of the United States for the next 4 years. So, and he's still getting good crowds. But I've got to tell you, we're on the margin now. He's hit this 40% ceiling, and he's got to be reaching out to other people in order to get the electoral votes that he needs. And so he's got to be on his best game. And we've already talked about that. He's got to be focused on Hillary Clinton, her flaws, and he needs to spend a lot of money telling his story to the American people.
And when you say spend a lot of money, I envision that you mean more than just your average commercials. You might mean kind of like buying 15-minute blocks here and there and putting it on all the networks and sitting down and addressing the American people, correct?
Exactly right. And supporting there's a lot of documentaries out there right now that tell a fantastic story about how bad Hillary Clinton is. I mean, Dinesh D'Souza has one.
Hillary's America, yeah.
Hillary's America. I would spend millions of dollars getting that stuff on prime television.
Well, I know that he wanted to coordinate with the Trump campaign about making that available through mailings, either online or whatever. So I know that he did approach them, or was going to approach them. Unfortunately, I haven't seen it happen yet. Congressman, it is always great to talk to you, sir. Thank you very much.
My pleasure, Steve.
All right.
Go get him.
Congressman Tom DeLay. Again, folks, the book, Revival, Revolution, Rebirth, a radical call from the former Majority Leader of the United States House of Representatives. There it is on your TV screen. Yeah, you know, people have been asking me, and I've been asking the question for months. When are we going to see the commercials? You know, when are we going to see the onslaught? When is it? Oh, wow, he's just waiting. He's waiting till Labor Day, till after Labor Day when people are paying attention. Oh, he's waiting till the debates. Oh, he's waiting. Stop waiting. Stop waiting. And I think what the congressman brings up is really the strategy. Let the whole nation be out there. You know, let them know you're coming on at a certain time, by the time, and do it. And RNC, you got to put some money into this on the TV side for Donald Trump. You really do. All right, when we come back, pollster John Zogby and Gimme 5. Don't go away.